Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again. I am Jen Foster and I'm here with Barrie Rojahn, and we are Foster Rojahn Premier Properties. I am so excited because the last episode you learned a little bit about me, but now it's Barrie's turn. So I'm going to ask Barrie some questions so you can get to know her and how she began and just about her family and everything. So let's get started. You ready, Barrie?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Bring
All right,
it.
here it goes. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and what brought you to Charlotte.
So myself. So I grew up in Northern Virginia. I grew up in Fairfax. My dad was a commander in the Navy, worked at the Pentagon. And when he retired, we left Northern Virginia, moved an hour south to Fredericksburg, Virginia. And it's where I finished out my high school years and played a lot of soccer as a kid. So I was recruited to play soccer and received a scholarship in college. I'm an education major from college, and didn't work at all in the school system. I got out of college and worked various jobs, which kind of landed me into working in multifamily housing in the apartments, because I was at a point in the job that I was working at where I thought I was going to have to move back home. Mm-hmm. And I went into my leasing office to find out how to break my lease. And they offered me a job on the spot. I liked the manager that worked there. We got along pretty good. And she was like, "You'd be perfect."
You really did want to move back home.
I didn't really want to move back home.
You took a job in the leasing office.
I know.
You didn't want to move back home.
Because I didn't want to move back home. Yeah. So that, brought me to North Carolina, and I never left the state, ever. Love the mountains, love the beach. Met my husband here. I have 3 kids. And
what do you like to do for fun?
Oh gosh. What do I like to do for fun? So I'm a fitness fanatic. I am a crazy runner, and so I do a lot of running. I do like to work out in the gym. I have a really fun personal trainer. So yeah, like all things fitness, and but hanging out with the dog, hanging out with the family, and just real estate, lots of real estate.
Yeah, lots of it, lots. Okay. What inspired you, speaking of real estate, so what inspired you to go into real estate, and how has your journey to get there shaped the way you work with your clients today?
So I stumbled into real estate with my thinking in my early 20s that I wanted to move back home when I didn't really want to move back home. That landed me in the apartments. And I remember back then, some of the perks. I had reduced rent. I had, a 401k. I had benefits. And then I was making commission off of the leases that I got and on the renewals on that. And so then the competitive side of me is people come in and I can, get these leases, and then I'm incentivized for getting these leases. So I discovered that I really loved that. I loved
the sales.
Yeah. I love showing, the apartments and every apartment, place that I worked at, the next step was a little more luxurious. It was nicer. It was, newer. And so met some amazing men and women in that industry, met you in that industry. And it was just great. It was a great career. Property management in my 20s. That then kind of the next segue, I managed HOAs. I did that for almost 16 years. I actually loved the problem solving aspect of working with HOAs. I mean, it's high emotion. You're working with homeowners and anything that's related to someone's home, it's high emotion. And so, what are the critical thinking skills to get done what needs to be done, and I discovered that there's complicated people and some bad apples everywhere. 9 times out of 10 they genuinely appreciated the service that I brought,
because they need you.
Everybody needs me. And it was great. We worked with some big developers in the Charlotte area. Developers who do both commercial space and the residential. we're working with the infrastructure, and some of those neighborhoods that they're gated. They own their infrastructure. They own their water lines. They own the gas lines for the gas lamps. And, I am managing and operating that business with this revolving door of board members, some that come in, some that roll off. Yeah. And through that experience, I met some incredible people in their careers who, were either retired and were big in their job and their career, that were now doing something, volunteering their time for community, that I had the benefit of working with in a business aspect that I never would have had had I not been in those situations. And
so do you think that all of those years and kind of being a chameleon to the different industries that, you and I both worked in, how do you think that has kind of translated into like what you're doing now in residential real estate?
I think I'm really good at compartmentalizing. It's sales, and the sales process is high emotion. And even when clients tell me that they're not high emotion,
they are.
They are. They are, because everything, it's such a fire drill. Leading up to closing, it's high stress, and all the fires and things that I'm putting out and holding everything together over here, while holding emotions in line over here. All of those experiences help me in my job every single day today. So I do believe that I am like master problem solver.
You are. We all, definitely. Okay. So here's a good one. Okay. In your opinion, what's the most overrated and the most underrated part about what we do as a realtor?
So I think overrated, or assumptions that people would have, is definitely freedom of schedule.
Right.
I show up for work every single day, and even like my sweetest, bestest friends, there's just this kind of assumption that like we have a whole bunch of free time. And
we just eat bonbons.
It's just, I am still like on a schedule. My clients are my bosses.
Yeah.
I will tell them what they're legally allowed to do.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, that's where I'm taking direction from.
Okay. So what about underrated?
So underrated is the skill set of being like master problem solver. I can't even begin to describe because every scenario is so unique and different of, things that come your way. Like even today, even this morning on the way here, like a situation that I've never encountered, that I'm working through it. But you know what? You stay light on your feet, you get through it, and you keep everyone's emotions, at bay.
Yep.
And you get it done. Yeah. You get it done, right?
You have to have a cool head all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Quick thinking. Okay. All right, you ready? I'm ready. Okay. So this is a question. I know the question, but I do not know any of the answer.
Okay.
What's your walk-up song, and how does that song represent you?
Okay. Let's hope that it plays.
Let's hear it.
Do you know this song? Have you ever seen the movie Caddyshack?
Yes. It's been a long time.
It's the theme song.
All right, let's hear it.
So, like, in my mind, I feel like all aspects of life, I'm, like, always in a movie.
Yep.
And the Caddyshack movie, it's one of the funniest movies. I'm all right. Don't you worry about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Why can't you just let it be?
Get it, girl.
I'm all right. Yes.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. So
we got it.
That is my walk-up song.
I love it. We're going to play that.
And I'll tell you, that movie.
More than this
that
episode.
movie is hysterical.
It is.
And
I will never look at it the same.
It's about an underdog who's like trying to win this golf tournament, and everyone wants to root for an underdog, and the underdog succeeds.
Yeah.
It's just such a great movie. And it's,
and that represents you, for sure.
You're
all right.
Forever stuck in the 80s. Because I'm an 80s kid.
Yeah,
Not really dating myself.
I know. You really are. Zip it. Okay. All right. last question. If you could give your younger self one piece of real estate advice when you first started, what would it be?
To not take everything so personal.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, definitely 20s, anything anyone said. I mean, it was like,
Life-changing,
devastating.
End of the world.
End of the world. And then your 30s, right?
Yeah.
You get a little tougher skin. 40s, you get a little tougher skin. And now I have had enough life experience, enough career experience to recognize the benefit and the gifts, that and the advice that I give to my clients. So advice would be to just kind of brush
it off, move on, right?
Keep moving.
Well, friends, this is Barrie Rojahn here. Little tip of the iceberg about my friend here. So be sure to stay tuned for our next episode. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.